Hi there, and welcome to the Clear Skin Essentials, and I'm your host, Natasha St. Michael, and thank you so much for joining me. So, I am back. I've been away for, I'd say, at least about 6 weeks from vlogging. As some of you know, I gave birth to my daughter, Sky, and she's doing great. She's super healthy, she's happy, she's a delight. She's been a very easy baby as well, so everything's been good. And since she's been so easy, I've been kind of hoping to get back into vlogging. And as you can see, I've changed the environment I'm filming in, because right now I'm filming at night instead of during the day, so I can actually film and not be disturbing anyone from their sleep and all of that. So today I thought that since I just gave birth, it'd be a perfect time to talk about pregnancy skin and challenges with your skin during pregnancy and what to do, and also postpartum, because I didn't know this for my first pregnancy until postpartum, but a lot of times you can actually have great skin or no issues while you're pregnant, but then postpartum, after you give birth and you're breastfeeding, it's like you can have also crazy hormonal changes and have skin issues and breakouts and all sorts of problems then. So I want to talk about pregnancy skin and how to deal with these challenges, getting breakouts or hyperpigmentation. Some people even get full-on acne for the first time in their life when they're pregnant. All of these things kind of come up. So I thought I'd give some skincare tips and diet tips as to how to deal with it. And the main thing I do want to say is, you know, let's be real, right? The thing is that you are pregnant or you are breastfeeding, your hormones are like way up there, and it's sometimes it's just your body's natural response to that increase of hormones and to being pregnant that you're having these skin issues. And the good thing is that a lot of times it clears up once you give birth, or once later on, once you stop breastfeeding and your hormones balance out. So it's not forever. Sometimes you cannot control it no matter what you do, so don't be hard on yourself. But there are certain things you can do with your skincare routine and your diet to just kind of help the situation. You know, some of you it actually might help to clear up your skin. Others, it can just help to keep your skin healthy. It can help to heal your skin faster, things like that, or just get a nicer glow or radiance to your skin as well. So, and I do, before I jump in with my tips for pregnancy skin, I do want to mention that on today's blog post over at the Clear Skin Essentials, I did talk a little bit more in depth in the article about my pregnancy experiences. As most of you know, I have 2 daughters, and my pregnancies were very different. My skin reacted differently to both pregnancies and both postpartum periods. So I talk more in depth about how my skin changed, my own challenges with breakouts, also with hyperpigmentation. Both pregnancies I have melasma on my forehead. Luckily it does clear up later on, but that's what I was dealing with, and I talk more about that on today's blog post. So I'm going to put a link below to that. And let me just get into tips for those of you that are pregnant right now, or you're trying to get pregnant, or you're breastfeeding and you're like, why is my skin a mess? And what do I do? So first things first, my number one tip, and this is something I want all of you to kind of put at the forefront, because this is what helped me, was to remind yourself that when you're pregnant, your skin is super sensitive, okay? And it doesn't matter if you have like the oily skin on earth or the dry skin on earth, or if you had sensitive skin before or not. When you're pregnant, your skin is more sensitive than it's been normally, okay? Because you're growing a baby inside of you, and your body's kind of focusing all its energies on growing that baby, and therefore other parts of your body are not as well tended to and can be more sensitive to irritation and inflammation and anything you're kind of doing to your skin, okay? And so it's normal to have more sensitive skin, and if you know from sort of like the get-go that your skin is sensitive, then you're gonna make better choices for your skin, okay? Especially with your skincare routine and what you're putting on your skin or doing to your skin. So my recommendation is to be as gentle with your skin as possible. I think it's fantastic that you can't go near products that contain certain active ingredients that could be harmful to your baby, right? Like Retin-A or salicylic acid or benzoyl peroxide. There's like a bunch of ingredients and skincare products that are known to be kind of dangerous for babies, for growing babies when you're pregnant. And there is guidelines that tell pregnant ladies not to be using skincare products that contain these ingredients. And the great thing about this is that these ingredients are also quite strong. And when you're not pregnant, it's fine to be using these things on your skin, but when you are pregnant, you can actually be quite sensitive to them anyways. So as much as it might be difficult to let go of your Retin-A or your salicylic acid or whatever it is during your pregnancy, I will just assure you that your skin would probably be irritated from that product anyway. Okay, so it's like, even though like you can't go near it because you got to protect your baby from it, your skin might not respond as well to it while being pregnant anyways. Okay, so it's good to stay away from those ingredients. And I would say in general, staying away from anything that is quite rough or abrasive or just very strong for your skin. And you might see as pregnancy progresses that certain products you were once able to use, they're starting to make your skin red, that your skin starts stinging, it's not comfortable using. Okay, and it's a good time to just take a break from it. And I would say products that you should be aware of using would be, I would be really careful using any kind of exfoliating scrub. I'd be cautious too, even with some exfoliating acids like alpha hydroxy acids. Some people are more sensitive to it when they're pregnant, like glycolic acid, things like that. Be careful even too, some masks might even irritate your skin. I know for like my first pregnancy, when I was pregnant with Luna, my skin before that pregnancy was very oily. But during that pregnancy, my skin was super, super, like crazy oily. Okay, and even my scalp was like super, super oily. And like I would have to actually wash my hair like every day. Whereas normally I'd wash my hair like every 3 days. But my scalp, my face, everything was like, the moment I wash, it would be like an hour later, the oil would start like accumulating again. And I just knew intuitively that my skin was also really sensitive, and that's probably why my skin was like so oily, that I actually cut like everything out of my skincare routine except for washing my face with smooth raw honey twice a day. That's it. I didn't use a moisturizer, like nothing. And during that pregnancy, I didn't have a single breakout. My skin was clear. It was as oily as can be, but it was super clear. And I really attribute that to just really like simplifying and like downsizing that routine to just washing my face twice a day with the gentlest cleanser I can find. And for me, that was using raw honey at the time. And so yourself, you might have to do the same thing. It's just like cut back, cut down, simplify things, and just go in gentle. Okay, and then on that note, I wouldn't, as I was saying before, I don't recommend using like abrasive like facial scrubs or even like facial brushes, you know, like Clarisonic or something. Don't use that while you're pregnant. I don't recommend going for facials or like I wouldn't go suntanning, like nothing. I wouldn't even do that anyways. But while you're pregnant, just avoid anything that's going to irritate your skin or just hurt it, damage it, or just throw it off balance. You really, whatever you're putting on your skin or doing to it, you really want it to like nourish your skin and balance it and just let it be. Okay, number one. Number two, second tip is to update your skincare routine. Okay, and that is updating and knowing what your current skin type is. Because an interesting thing happens during pregnancy is that for some of you, your skin type might completely change. And this happened to me during my second pregnancy, is that before that pregnancy, my skin was like oily normally. And during my second pregnancy, when I was pregnant with Sky, suddenly my skin went really dry. And I kind of sensed that there was a big change in my skin, but it was weird. I was like in this like weird denial. I was kind of like, a lot of times we get kind of attached to what we think our skin is compared to what it really is. And so it's only until like a few people were like commenting that my skin looked a little lined, looked a little dry, what's going on, did I take a nice kind of long hard look at my skin and realize, oh my goodness, my skin is dry and it's not oily, it's not shiny, it's like none of that. It's losing its elasticity and getting quite wrinkled and lined. And I therefore had to update my skincare routine. And so it's something I recommend to you is really just to take a look at your skin, and really assess the situation. Is your skin type really what you think it is, or has it changed at all during your pregnancy? Because this can be a big game changer as well. If you're using the wrong thing on your skin, and let's say your skin's dry and you're using something to dry it out, it's just going to make it worse and it's going to irritate it. So it's important to update your skincare routine. And one thing I can say too is that a lot of times, even if you notice that your skin type has changed, it doesn't necessarily mean you have to buy all these new products, like a new cleanser, a new moisturizer. No. A lot of times you might have to update your cleanser, because a lot of times that's the one thing you have to change. Or you might just have to switch around your technique. Okay, so I can give an example with me that when my skin went from oily to dry during my pregnancy with Sky, while my skin was oily, I was doing a lot of oil cleansing with oil and a damp cloth and water. And when it was getting dry, I switched to dry oil cleansing, which involves applying oil on your face, but removing it with a dry cotton cloth. And just taking the water out of the equation really helped to moisturize my skin. And I didn't need to go out and buy a new cleanser. It was just taking the water out of my skincare routine helped to sort of update it to what my current skin condition was. So you might notice that your skin's changing, but you can do different things with the products you're using, or you can update one product and that can be all you need to do. Okay, but be aware of what's going on with your skin, because it does change. And it's not only pregnancy that your skin can change. Your skin can change also postpartum, after you give birth, while you're breastfeeding. And it can continue to change too for however long you are breastfeeding, and then after that as well. So it's something like any woman that's doing on the pregnancy journey, you got to keep checking in with yourself and keep making adjustments. Okay, be mindful. And I guess now I want to talk a little bit about diet. Diet and your skin and pregnancy. So during pregnancy, obviously, pregnancy is not the time to be controlling your diet or restricting your diet or any of that. I don't believe in that. I really believe in follow what you're craving, follow what your body needs. Some of you might have really strong cravings, others might have a lot of aversions. Me, I've always been on the aversion side, that there's a lot of things I couldn't eat while I was pregnant. More things I couldn't eat than what I could. But I think it's really, really important to keep reminding yourself that you need to nourish yourself. It's not only for the baby growing inside of you, but it's also for you, and it's for your skin too. The more nutrients you're getting in your diet, the more it's going to show in your skin. And the faster your skin also heals. Okay, and this is a big one, is that if you're getting breakouts, you're getting pimples, all of that, you want your skin to heal quickly. You don't want pimples sitting on your face for 2 months. You want the pimples, if they're going to come out on your skin, you want them to heal fast. And your diet can help that, can help it tremendously. Okay, and I would say the number one thing to help your skin heal, and also to help it be clear and glowing and radiant and wonderful, is having as much vegetables in your diet as possible. And when I'm talking about vegetables, I'm talking about green leafy vegetables, and also vegetables that have a lot of pigment in them. Okay, so pigmented vegetables would be colorful vegetables, like red vegetables or orange vegetables, green vegetables, purple vegetables. Anything that's got a deep bright color is also really good for your skin, because that deep bright color is antioxidants. And the green leafy vegetables are full of amino acids, which actually are the building blocks for protein. Plus, the green leafy vegetables are very anti-inflammatory. So when you have a big pimple on your skin and it's red and it's kind of swollen and inflamed, it means it's inflamed. Okay, so if you eat vegetables, that vegetables can help to bring down the swelling, it can help shrink up the pimples, and it can help to also reduce any kind of redness on the skin as well. So it makes if you eat a lot of vegetables in your diet, your pimples can actually be just a lot less aggravated and red and less noticeable, and they heal faster. So really, really, really important is to eat vegetables. But you might be watching this and saying, but Natasha, I'm pregnant right now, and you have like food aversions, right? And you don't like to eat vegetables when you're pregnant. I've been there myself, okay? I love vegetables when I'm not pregnant, but when I'm pregnant, it's my first pregnancy, I couldn't even look at vegetables. Like any cooked vegetable, I would pick it out of my meals. It was that bad. It would make me physically sick. But what I realized though, and it was, I would say, like further into the pregnancy, was that even though I couldn't eat the cooked vegetables, I had no problem eating salads. I had no problem eating raw vegetables. So I ate a lot of green salads, and I also drank a lot of green vegetable juices, freshly pressed green vegetable juices, no problem. So that's one thing I do want to tell you to think about, is that, like, let's say you do have aversions to vegetables. It might be certain vegetables, or it might be how the vegetables are cooked that makes you not want to eat them. And sometimes it might be you can eat the raw vegetables but not the cooked ones, or the reverse. You can only eat cooked vegetables but no raw ones. Also too, is I know a lot of pregnant women that a lot of times they have stronger aversions in the beginning of their pregnancy, where they're like, if they have a vegetable, they get sick. But then once they get through sort of the first trimester, they find that they can eat more and more vegetables, no problem. So that's something to check in with yourself. If you do, like, you're not really into the vegetables right now, you might be later on, and it's something that once you are open to it, please bring as much vegetables into your diet as possible. It's great for your skin, it's great for your body, it's great for your baby. Another thing too that's really important to make sure you're eating a lot of is fiber-rich foods that are also water-rich, okay? We know that fiber is great for your digestive system. When your digestive system is working really well and good, and everything's digesting and eliminating and going through your body, your skin is much healthier, okay? But when you're constipated and things are kind of going through your body quite slowly, it can start coming out in your skin, and for a lot of people it can cause them breakouts and pimples, boils, congested pores, all of that. And so my recommendation is make sure to be eating a lot of fiber-rich food, but make sure that the fiber-rich food is also water-rich, okay? And that would be, an example would be fruits and vegetables. Because I find fruits and vegetables, the fiber and the water combined help things to pass through your digestive system a lot better than most other foods. And there's other fiber-rich foods like whole grains, beans and legumes, nuts and seeds. Those are also great. They're super nutritious and you should be eating them every day. But sometimes it can be constipating because they got the fiber but they don't have the water. And if, let's say, you're dehydrated, then it can clog you up. Okay, so my recommendation is to eat those fiber-rich foods, but combine them with a lot of vegetables. So if you're eating nuts and seeds, put them in a salad, because then the vegetables, the green leafy vegetables, will help sort of sweep them through your digestive system. If you're eating whole grains, have some steamed vegetables with it. And all of that will just help things move through your digestive system a lot more efficiently, therefore not constipating you and not helping to prevent breakouts, okay? Because there really is a connection between how efficient your digestive system is with your skin. And when you're pregnant, everything slows down, okay? Digestive system slows down, and that's normal. The reason why your digestive system slows down is because your body's actually trying to absorb more nutrition from your food. Okay, so everything slows down. It's also from your hormones, and it's also because the baby's getting bigger and bigger and might be pressing against your intestines or your stomach, things like that, that also can kind of throw things off. So main thing is that having a lot of water-rich foods will help get things moving. Plus drinking a lot of water and exercise, okay? And exercise too, that's also really good for your skin, okay? So all of that, it's not only going to make you feel better, but you're going to see it in your skin as well. And then lastly, another food to make sure you're getting very high quality sources of this food is having high quality fats and proteins, okay? Because your skin needs that. When someone's not eating enough fat and protein, you see it in their skin, you see it in their hair, you see it in their nails, everything's very dry and brittle. Really important to be eating healthy fats and healthy proteins. And you know this, I know this, but one thing I do want to sort of point out is that not all fats and not all proteins are healthy, okay? And so it's really important that the healthy fats and the healthy proteins, for you to get the max benefit from, they got to be coming from whole, real foods, okay? A lot of times people think that oils, like coconut oil, is a healthy fat. And no, coconut meat, that's there's healthy fat in there, but not coconut oil. Okay, not like oil is a processed product. It's not even a food. And if you're trying to get more healthy fats in your diet, I wouldn't be like pouring coconut oil in your smoothie. I would be putting the coconut meat in your smoothie, or putting nuts and seeds in your smoothie, and not an oil. Okay, and the same thing is with proteins, right? A lot of times people go towards using a protein powder. Protein powder is not food. It's a processed product from a factory. And you're much better off eating foods that are rich in protein for your skin, for your body, for your health, for nutrition. And that would be eating beans and legumes, it would be eating eggs, it would be eating fish or meat, many sources of protein out there. But to be getting it from food, okay, not the processed products that come in a jar in a package. Okay, really, really important, because that too affects your skin. I've seen so many people that got off of like the faux meat products, like tofu hot dogs, and once they stopped eating that and they got off the weird protein powders and all the processed stuff, they started seeing a massive difference in their skin. So while you're pregnant, you want to be feeding your baby like the highest quality nutrients, in your skin, in your own body, the highest quality nutrients. Get it all from real food, okay? Super, super important. So these are my tips, and I guess I want to lastly just say one more thing. Not to stress too much about this. You know, as I said earlier, is that with pregnancy, is that as much as your body changes during pregnancy or while you're breastfeeding, afterwards things normalize. Okay, so if you got the breakouts, if you got hyperpigmentation, I've got that from both my pregnancies. I have big dark spots on my forehead, and I probably have it as I'm continuing to breastfeed, but it goes away after. You know, at least every pregnancy is different. Your body reacts to pregnancy different, and if you stress about it, it makes it worse. You know, how many times can we say that we got stressed or upset or worried about something, then we got pimples all over our skin from it, right? From the stress. You don't want to be stressing about it, you know. And one thing that I always keep reminding myself is that as much as my body changes, and as much as like some of the things I don't like start happening to my skin or my appearance, is that later on I can mold and change my body back to how I want it to be, okay, and even better than ever. But you know, it's about right now, getting through the pregnancy, enjoying it, and focusing on the good stuff, and focusing on taking care of yourself, and enjoying this process, you know, and not being stressed, because the stress will just make it harder and worse. Okay, so number one is make sure to keep that stress low, keep it on the side, turn the volume down. So that is my tips for pregnancy skin. I'm super excited to be back, and yeah, and do check out today's blog post that goes with this video, because I talk more about my story of my pregnancy and stuff that I experienced with my skin, and the challenges I went through, and things that I did. And mainly for me, big issues I had with my skin during my pregnancies was breakouts, and especially hyperpigmentation. This time around it came back, and it's been in full force. And yeah, and it's a challenge that I embrace, because I get to kind of experiment and see what works and what doesn't. All right, so I'm wishing everyone a fabulous day, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.